Good morning, students. In this semester, we have to discuss the topic about subject about non-destructive testing and evaluation. This is new, isn't it? Because in your third semester, you may conduct your experiments with the strength of materials laboratory. During the experiment, you may destroy your specimens or disturb your specimen. After disturbing your specimen only, you can get the uh, strength of the material, hardness of the material, toughness of the material, plasticity and elasticity of the material. Likewise, you examine. But if I don't want to disturb the specimen or disturb the workpiece, means we should go to non-destructive testing. So here the workpiece not getting damaged and we can get that workpiece into applications. For the reason in engineering industries, non-destructive testing also follows for examining the engineering materials. So this subject concentrated about how can we examine the materials with respect to different non-destructive testing methods. The unit 1, I have to have you some overview of non-destructive testing subject. First unit, contents. Okay, in that before going into the conduct, already I give some explanation or introduction about non-destructive testing. Now I can clearly explain what is non-destructive testing with these images. Non-destructive testing, it may be abbreviated as like NDT, and non-destructive evaluation, it may be abbreviated as like NDE. So that non-destructive testing or non-destructive evaluation can be used to find size and locate surface and subsurface flaws and defects inside the materials. As like you see in the first photograph that is available with your screen, which is top side left corner, there is some weldments available. For seeing this, you can visualize some cracks are available with that workpiece. Based on your eyesight, you can identify the defects, which is called as which is called as visual inspection in a non-destructive testing. We can examine the workpiece material with aid or without aid. You can examine the workpiece material top surface without the aid, which means you can see the defect with your naked eye. So you can examine the materials with your naked eye, which is called as visual inspection without aids. If suppose I may utilize microscope or lenses for magnification purpose to detect the defect, means which method is called as non-destructive testing with some aids. Okay, which is called as visual inspection with the aid or without aid, the testing procedure. After that, we can examine the subsurface flaws also. What is meant by subsurface flaws? Internal voids, blowholes, shrinkage. Likewise, we can examine the materials with the aid of non-destructive testing methods as like ultrasonic testing, radiography testing, and eddy current testing. Likewise, lot of testing procedures available. From these, we can examine the subsurface flaws also. In second diagram, there is a internal void available, and the transducer or piezoelectric sensor is used to examine this flaw, this subsurface flaw. This flaw is called as subsurface flaws because the flaw is available with the bottom side of the top surface. So that which flaws is called as subsurface flaws. These kind of subsurface flaws we can't able to identify with the aid of destructive testing. So the non-destructive testing has advantages. We can examine the defects that involved inside of the material. So based on this, why we used these methods, based on these inspection methods, we can accept the workpiece material for applications or reject the workpiece material. Not only acceptance and rejectance only available, other than acceptance and rejected, the repair also available with the mechanical engineering industries or manufacturing industries, so that based on these non-destructive testing we can accept or reject the workpiece, and also we can repair the workpiece. How can I repair? How can I identify the location, that means inside of the workpiece material how much of depth the defect it carried out and where it located. Likewise we can examine with the non-destructive procedures or principles. So the materials can be examined using non-destructive testing and either accepted, rejected or repaired. NDT techniques then you be used to monitor the integrity of them, okay, of them or structure through its design life, so that we can evaluate the workpiece performance during the service also. During the service also we can examine the material with the aid of non-destructive testing procedure without damaging the workpiece material. This is the main advantages that is available with the non-destructive testing procedure. So now you aware about why we utilize non-destructive testing in manufacturing industries. So we should aware about what are all the testing procedures, how can we test. Likewise you should aware with the subject. So this subject elaborate what are all the testing procedures, what are all the principles, what are all the properties that are available with the source material and the modification methods and identification methods. Likewise we discussed with this subject. Now I can explain what is non-destructive testing technically. Non-destructive testing is a testing and analysis technique used by industry to evaluate the properties of a material, component, structure or system for characteristic differences or defects and discontinuities without causing damage to the original part, which means we won't get disturb the workpiece material. We can examine the workpiece material with the non-destructive testing source. Based on that source we can get the signals from the workpiece material. The signals may be in the form of cracks or fiber cracking, the acoustic emission or eddy current emission, and also signals that can be produced from the workpiece. We can read that signals with the aid of sensors. We can examine the workpiece quality with the aid of non-destructive testing procedure. So the non-destructive testing also known as non-destructive examination, which can be abbreviated as like NDE, and also a non-destructive inspection. The question may become as like NDI. NDI means non-destructive inspection, and the NDE also called as non-destructive evaluation. So the non-destructive examination and non-destructive evaluation are also available with the abbreviated form of NDE. And NDT, the general name for all methods which permit testing, inspection of materials, parts without impairing its future usefulness. If you are not damaging the workpiece, means the workpiece property is stored during its service application also, so that we can impairing its future usefulness also with this kind of testing procedure. You can see in strength of materials laboratory you may perform the testing experiments with the impact test, hardness test and tensile test. For these tests you may make a specimens with the standard books which are available with the American standard of testing procedure, ASTM procedure. Likewise there are procedures available. Based on that procedure you may make the specimen. After that you break that specimen with the tensile test or impact test equipment. You may break or damage the specimen. Based on that damage of specimen you can examine the material. So in non-destructive testing you can ensure the product performance without damaging the workpiece during the application also. during the service also you can examine the materials without damaging the workpiece material. So this is the main advantages available with the non-destructive testing. So what are all the defects we can identify? What are all the things that are available with the non-destructive testing? In first unit, what are all the content you may study? Let's see. The syllabus that are covered with the non-destructive testing first unit is non-destructive testing versus mechanical testing. Mechanical testing always called as destructive testing. Non-destructive testing is always utilized as a differentiated with the source utilized, modification method utilized, and interpretation method utilized. Based on this method, NDT may be classified. Let's see what are all the procedures available with our subject. After that, the first unit syllabus has the topic of overview of the non-destructive testing methods for the detection of manufacturing defects as well as material characterization. Here, what is material characterization? Material characterization means its microstructure, how the materials microstructure formed, how the atomic structure formed, how the unit cells are framed, how the atoms are arranged with the lattice plane. Likewise, we can examine with the microscopic and scanning electronic microscoping. Likewise, different instrument you can examine the object, workpiece with the aid of images. After that, relative merits and limitations that are available with this non-destructive testing procedure, various physical characteristics of material and their applications in NDT. Finally, in first unit, after completion of these general introduction and the general topic, we can introduce or we can going to study about visual inspection method. The visual inspection method may be classified into unaided and aided. Already I told you what is meant by unaided, what is meant by aided. So that these are all the subject contents that are available with your first unit, so that we can discuss this topic with this subject. And then what are all the learning outcome from overview of NDT? What are all the learning outcomes? What are all the things you can learn from the overview of NDT? Yes, you can able to understand the basics of mechanical testing and able to explain the different material properties such as toughness, hardness, malleability, stiffness, plasticity, elasticity. Likewise, you may explain these properties with the mechanical testing procedures, and also you can able to identify the difference between mechanical testing, which means destructive testing, and non-destructive testing. And finally, you may able to classify the different methods in NDT technique, non-destructive testing technique. So these are all the things you may learn from this overview of NDT subject. After that, you should aware about what are all the basic mechanical properties that are involved in engineering materials. In strength of material subject, you may identify some more properties. I can explain again for your understanding purpose. What are all the mechanical properties that are available with the engineering materials? So the toughness, elasticity, plasticity, ductility, malleability, stiffness, brittleness, hardness. These are all the properties that are every manufacturing engineer should aware about the materials it into applications. So what is mean by toughness? What is elasticity? What is plasticity? Let's see. The toughness. What is mean by toughness? The ability of a metal to deform plastically and to absorb energy in the process before fracture is termed toughness. So for identifying toughness, you may utilizing different testing procedure in strength of material laboratory. After that, the another destructive testing the destructive testing procedure is used to identify elasticity. Elasticity means the ability of a material to to resume its normal shape after being stretched or compressed. Then plasticity. Plasticity means it is the ability of a solid material to undergo permanent deformation. The elasticity means the material regains its original shape. In plasticity, the material does not get its original state after applying the load. Then stiffness. What is stiffness? If you are utilizing spring, you may aware about the stiffness. The applying load and elongation you may aware. So what is the stiffness? The resistance to a force causing a member to bend, which means stiffness. You may aware the stiffness with respect to spring deflection test in our strength of materials laboratory. After that, malleability. What is malleability? If you are performing the forming of material means the formability or the capable of being shaped the material, which are all comes under malleable property. After that, harness. Harness is one of the important property in manufacturing industry, because every material has its own harness. Based on the harness, the material can be classified for the tool material. So every engineer should aware about harness. Harness is the resistance of a material to localized plastic deformation. After that, the peculiar material property is ductility and brittleness. So what is ductility? What is brittleness? A ductile substances can be easily hammered or stretched into thin wires without breakage. In your strength of materials laboratory, there is a torsion test machine or tensile strength testing machine is available. In that machine, you may fix the job, which means your tension test machine, you may fix the job with the aid of jaws. After that, you may give some forces, the materials get elongated. The elongation percentage, you may classify the materials it into ductile material, high ductile material, low ductile material, or plastic material, or the brittle material. In that, when the material gets break after applying the load, time dependent one, and also how the cross sectional area behaves. The cross sectional area decreases, how much the cross sectional area decreases before breaking or before fracture, you should examine with the tension test. Okay, based on your tension test result, you may classify the material into ductile material and brittle material. Here, what is ductile material? The ductile material or ductile substances can be easily hammered or stretched into thin wires without breakage. The physical property is explained as ductility, but in brittle, the brittle substances are liable to break easily. The brittle materials are breaking easily, as like your glass material. If you consider the copper material, means it may has higher elasticity because its elongation is more compared to steel material. But if you are replacing glass materials, means it easily broke because glass materials has the highest brittleness, so it easily broke. Okay, which is the difference between ductility and brittleness. These properties you can examine with your strength of materials laboratory. In strength of materials laboratory, there are lot of destructive testing procedures available. Based on this, you can conduct a lot of experiments for examining the material properties, which are toughness, elasticity, plasticity, stiffness, malleability, and hardness. After that, due to non-destructive testing procedure, the incorporation of non-destructive testing procedure in our manufacturing industries, you may or we may identify the flaws as like a crack. You see here the top side left corner, there is workpiece available. In that workpiece, the subsurface crack, which means crack available. This crack can be identified with the magnetic particle testing. You can't examine this type of cracks or very minute or tiny cracks in strength of materials laboratory. So these kind of cracks that are available or that are presented due to the manufacturing process, as like when we are melt the material and that material gets into solidification, means during the solidification the materials are getting some crack. Okay, these kind of cracks we can't able to identify with the destructive testing procedures, with the visual inspection, liquid penetrant testing, magnetic particle testing. Likewise, lot of testing procedures that are available with the non-destructive testing procedure. We can examine these kind of defects. These kind of defects means subsurface flaws. We can examine with the non-destructive testing. Not only these kind of openings, the tiny openings or very small openings with the material surface, the internal voids also available, and these kind of holes can be occurred through solidification process in metal casting methods. So lot of holes, internal holes we may get from the manufacturing processes that inside of workpiece material. These kind of holes we can identify with the ultrasonic radiography testing procedures. Okay, after that there is another defects which is lying on in your lower bottom side of left side corner, the red color crack, internal crack or internal void available with this shaft. These kind of shafts also we can shaft defects also we can find with the non-destructive testing. And also we can find crack, the lateral cracks are flowing inside of the workpiece material during the casting process. The dendrite formations is happening. During the dendrite formation there is molecular attraction happening, and there is in between molecular attraction there is voids available. Due to these voids, atomic structure voids, the lateral crack initiated with the workpiece material. These kind of defects we can identify with the non-destructive testing. These kind of defects we can't able to identify with the destructive testing. This is the advantages that is available with the non-destructive testing procedure. The internal defects and internal voids, internal cracks, internal shrinkage, internal blowholes we can identify with this non-destructive testing method or procedure. After that, now you may aware about, if I give the external load, the material breaks, and also we can identify the material properties with the aid of the breakage. Okay, these tests are called as destructive testing. If we won't go for destroy or damage the workpiece, we can identify the defects that are inside the workpiece material, which is called as non-destructive testing. So that what is the difference, what are all the testing procedures that are available with the destructive and non-destructive testing procedure? Let's see with this flow diagram. The testing methods generally used for evaluate or examine the material properties and material behavior and material characterization in applications or during the process also. So these testing methods can be classified into two types. Those are destructive testing, another one is non-destructive testing. In destructive testing there are different types available. Those are mechanical test, chemical test and structural test. So in mechanical test, already you have experience with your Science of Materials laboratory. You may conduct some more experiments with your prepared specimens as per ASTM standards. Those tests are tension test, bend test, harness test, impact test, fatigue test and creep test. And another one is chemical test. If I want to examine the workpiece material properties, how much of carbon percentage that is available with the material, what is the silicon percentage, what is the phosphorus percentage, what is the manganese percentage, what is the magnesium percentage that is involved within the workpiece materials. We can examine those percentage of contribution of chemicals, we can examine with the spectrum. So which are all comes under chemical analysis. After that, corrosion test. Corrosion test is used to identify the material oxidation properties. So we can impinge the workpiece material into hydrochloric acid solution. In that we may examine the corrosion properties. After that, diffusible hydrogen test. The hydrogen inclusion inside the material may affect the workpiece property during the application. So the hydrogen incorporation inside the workpiece material may develop the crack. These kind of cracks or hot cracks can be avoided with these kind of diffusible hydrogen test. After that, structure test. You can examine the atomic level structures with the aid of microscopic, and in the microscopic we can identify macrostructures test, microstructure test, and fracture surface test. In our Shruta Materials laboratory, you may visualize the material structure with the microscope. In that microscope, you can see there is dark space and grain boundaries. There are a lot of diagrams available with that telescope and the microscope. In that there are a lot of grain boundaries you can visualize, and also you can visualize the dark space that are available inside of those grain boundaries. These are all comes under structure test. So these three types, mechanical test, chemical test, and the structure test, this all comes under destructive test. So what for this subject? This subject is only for non-destructive testing. Here, what are all the procedures, what are all the methods that are available with the non-destructive testing, what are all the content, what are all the topic we should discuss with this subject means, first we have to have stop the topic with the visual test, okay, visual inspection or visual examination for identifying the surface flaws, surface cracks, and oxidation on surface. Likewise, we can examine with the visual test. After that, next test, radiographic test, ultrasonic test. Those tests are available with the identification of internal voids, internal cracks, or lateral crack that are available with the inside surface of the materials or subsurface of the materials. We can examine those defects with the radiographic test and ultrasonic test. And then magnetic particle test, penetrant test. In second unit we can discuss about magnetic particle test and penetrant test, and eddy current test, pressure test. Pressure test means if you are producing the boiler, there is if you are producing the boiler means the boiler pipes are having the wall thickness. If you are under the pipes are undergoing weld, so due to the welding we can join the different pipes with each other. In welding there is subsurface cracks are available or any crack available means I may pump the pipe with the aid of water, and also I can increase the pressure inside of water with the external pump. So the hydraulic pressure is increased with respect to the pump pressure, so that throughout the pipe, internal pipe, the pressure is increased. If any cracks that are available with the pipe surface means the water tries to escape the pipes, so we can easily identify the pipe defects without damaging the pipes. So hydro test, the pressure test may be called as hydro test, so that we can examine the pipe quality with the aid of this pressure test. These also, which also called as leak test. Okay, and then acoustic emission test. For example, if you are consider your fiber scale, if you are fold that fiber scale, you may see inside there are lot of crack lines available. How the cracks are created due to your bending stress. There is some load is applied on that scale. Due to that load, the material undergoes strain. Due to that strain, inside of the material has some elastic deformation. Due to that elastic deformation, the material emits some elastic waves. These elastic waves are called as acoustic. So we can examine the materials with these kind of elastic waves emission. From this we can easily examine the crack attainment before achieve the cracks. In our Trichy road there is lot of petroleum station, I mean one petroleum godown available in Manaparai road. There is lot of spheres available. In that sphere the engineers are replacing sensor. That sensors absorb the acoustic waves from this sphere. From this where the defect is started, there is any defect that are initiated inside of sphere. Likewise we can examine Based on that, we can arrest the failure of that sphere before attaining the crack or bursting the spheres with the dangerous gas from the caustic emission test. And also the next one is sound test. Okay, likewise, different testing procedures are available with the non-destructive testing method. So we should aware, and also you can able to understand what are all the testing procedure available. After completing your degree, you may going and get the job in manufacturing industry, means you may utilize these tests as usually for identifying the materials characteristics and the material defects in industrial products. After that, NDT is used typically for the following reasons. Why we use non-destructive testing in engineering industries? Because we can prevent the accident and we can reduce the cost of the product, because we can identify the defects before the product or getting it into fracture or failure. And also from this we can improve the product reliability. So reliability means this term is always related with the product life, so that we can increase the product lifetime to the aid of non-destructive testing, so that we can improve the product reliability. And to determine acceptance to given to a given requirement, and to give information on repair criteria. Internal voids is available means how much of depth it takes and where the defect is located. Likewise, we can identify with this non-destructive testing. Based on this we can gauge the material. After that, we can fill the material or weld the material and arrest the internal voids or fill the internal voids with the molten metal. With this, we can create the new repair criteria for solve the problem or solve the defects that inside our material, inside of the material. After that, flaws to be detected by non-destructive methods. These methods can be performed on metals, plastics, ceramics, composites, ceramides and coatings. So we can examine the flaws in metals. Not only metals, we can examine the defects that is available with the plastics and ceramics, composite materials nowadays playing in engineering field for reducing the weight and increasing the strength. Low weight high strength ratio reasons we may utilize the composite materials, so that we can perform the non-destructive testing with that composite material. Also there is any peel off available and there is any delamination available in micro level or macro level, we can examine with this non-destructive testing. Ceramics is used to for a tool material for in machining operation, so that we can examine the ceramic properties and the coatings. Okay, in your home also you may have a grill structure, means in that red oxide paint the painters are applied. Why? The oxidation avoidance, they are utilizing red oxide paint. In industrial aspect also, in boiler components it has some oxide coatings. So the oxide coating thickness also playing vital role, how much of oxides we should coat on the material, so that we should examine the coating thickness with the aid of coating thickness identifier. So the coating test also carried out with the non-destructive testing methods. Other than that, in order to detect cracks, internal voids, surface cavities, delamination, incomplete defective welds and any type of flaw that could lead to premature failure, we can avoid that kind of premature failure of workpiece material with the aid of non-destructive testing method. So these kind of flaws we can identify through non-destructive testing procedure. Then what are all the subsurface flaws? What is meant by subsurface flaws? The flaws may be the underneath surface of 1 mm or 2 mm. There are a lot of defects may be available with the workpiece material after it was manufactured. So what are all the flaws available? The flaws can be identified NDT processes or crack. In top side of left corner there is a weldment available. In that weldment the inside crack is available. We can't identify this weld crack with visual inspection or with the aid of naked eye. Okay, with the aid or without aid, we can't identify. So with the aid of non-destructive testing through ultrasonic test, through radiography test, we can identify these kind of cracks. After that, blowholes. The blowholes happens because of air entrapment during the solidification of materials. Solidification means the metal is converted from liquid molten metal stage to solid stage, so that the material has conversion from liquid stage to solid stage means, yeah, the air entrapment is escaped from inside of liquid material to top surface, so that the top surface has some holes. These holes are called as blowholes. These kind of blowholes can be identified with the non-destructive testing. After that, pinholes also available. The very less diameter, in the nearer of the huge blowhole, you can identify some small holes available. These kind of small diameter holes which has higher length, higher depth, these holes are called as pinholes. With the aid of the non-destructive testing method, we can identify these flow holes and pinholes. After that, shrinkage porosity. The air entrapment escape like happening like these kind of porous, so that these porous is called as shrinkage porosity. And then the solidification stopped some cases, okay, because of higher length, the lesser diameter has shrinkages. In metal casting, the mold cavity has the smaller diameter but huge length. The liquid metal enter into that area, the solidification started where the impurities are introduced inside of this area, this liquid metal also. The dendrite formation is initiated, but the metal flow is not sufficient from the runner hole, so that the metal shortage, the liquid metal supply inside of the cavity is not enough, so that these kind of shrinkage cavity that are available with the material, these kind of cavities also we can identify with the aid of non-destructive testing procedure with the ultrasonic test and radiographic test. In some materials has internal voids, okay, these kind of thing. In lower left corner there is a circular portion available. These circular portions are known as internal voids. The improper material supply or improper dendrite formation, these kind of internal voids are formed inside of material, we can avoid or we can identify with the non-destructive testing method as like radiography or ultrasonic testing procedure. And then lower right corner there is a delamination available or peel off available. These kind of defects also available with the composite materials, so we can identify this kind of delamination with the aid of non-destructive procedure. Delamination means the extra projections that are available with the material surface due to the improper arrangement of layers of material with each other, we can get the delamination. So we can identify these kind of delamination with the non-destructive procedure. As like ultrasonic testing procedure, we can examine these kind of delamination defects. After that, now you are aware about what is destructive testing, what is non-destructive testing. So we should discuss what is destructive testing and what is the difference between those things which are destructive testing and non-destructive testing with each other. Here you see non-destructive testing in first column, destructive testing in second column. In non-destructive testing, we may use for finding out the defects of materials. In destructive testing, used for finding out the properties of the material. So from the non-destructive testing, we can identify the defects, which means crack, internal voids, delamination, shrinkage cavity, porosity, blowholes, pinholes. Likewise, lot of defects we can identify with the non-destructive testing. In destructive testing, we can identify the properties as like toughness, hardenability, ductility, brittleness, malleability, stiffness. Likewise, we can identify the material properties with the aid of destructive testing. In non-destructive testing, we won't apply any load. Okay, but in destructive testing, load applied, after applying the load, we can examine the material properties, as like your strength of materials laboratory examination. In that, you may see the material properties examined after application of load. In tension test means you may pull the jars. After that, in impact test means you may release the hammer. After that hammer impact on the workpiece, you may identify the defect. So in destructive testing, the load is applied. In non-destructive testing, there is not load applied. There is no need of load. So no load applications in non-destructive testing. So no chance of material damage that are available with the non-destructive testing, and we may save the workpiece material. And in destructive testing, due to the application of load, the materials get damaged. From this, we can not save the workpiece material. And in non-destructive testing, there is no special equipments as like torsion test, as like tension test, as like impact test. Likewise, we don't need any special equipment. But in destructive testing, we should need a special equipments. Non-destructive testing is not expensive, but destructive test is the expensive. In non-destructive testing methods, less skilled operator is enough. And in destructive testing, the skill is required for preparing the specimen, and what is ASTM standard, what is the standard we followed for prepare the specimen. Likewise, the operator should aware about a lot of ASTM procedures for testing the workpiece material. And examples of non-destructive testing methods are already I told you. Visual inspection with or without aid, and also liquid penetrant testing, magnetic particle testing, radiography testing, ultrasonic testing, eddy current testing, acoustic emission testing. Those are examples of non-destructive testing. And the destructive testing, already you conduct a lot of experiments with the strength of materials laboratory. In that, tensile test, compression test, harness test, and fatigue test, deflection test, spring test. Likewise, lot of tests are available with the destructive testing methods. So these are all the differences that are available with the destructive testing and non-destructive testing. Why we need? Yes, now you are aware about destructive testing and non-destructive testing. In that, I want to ask you why we need a NDT. Yes, the main importance and the main need of non-destructive testing in engineering industries are to ensure the product is safe and fit for application, to prevent the possibility of a future fatigue or failure of material. With the aid of non-destructive testing, we can easily examine or easily identify. After that, to verify that a process has been completed satisfactorily. For example, heat treatment, weld is completed higher enough, the penetration is carried out during the welding in the perfect manner. In welding, there are online monitoring system. There are a lot of online monitoring system are available for identify the defect before occurring the failure. So in weldment, we can examine or evaluate the processes, and blend and coatings we can examine and identify the defects during the process itself. And next one is to find the areas that require repair, where we go to repair the materials. Likewise, we can identify with the non-destructive testing. These are all the purpose we are achieved with the non-destructive testing procedure. After that, where we are utilized, this is the next important question. You may getting the engineering degree. After getting the engineering degree, you may go to the industry. In that industry, where we are utilizing these kind of testing procedures. Yes, mechanical engineering. In Trichy itself, there are BHL available. BHL are producing the boiler components. It may be a pressure parts or non-pressure parts, so that you may examine what happens with the pressure part, what happens with the non-pressure parts, what are the defects, flaws available. We can examine with this non-destructive testing. After that, aerospace engineering. In aerospace engineering, there is propeller available. After that, there are turbine blades available, propeller blades. the how the propeller blades are formed, how the propeller shaft is formed, what are all the things are available. In structure, there is aluminum material is used in structure for reducing low weight and high strength ratio. The solidification different special casting process are utilized. During this process, what are all the defects available, how can we accept or reject or repair the materials. Likewise, we may make a decision with this NDT procedures. After that, civil engineering. Civil engineering, they are utilizing the concrete structures with rods, iron rods, sand particles, stones and cements. In that concrete structure, any defects means we can identify with this non-destructive testing procedure. After that, electrical engineering. In electrical engineering, there are switch manufacturing available and wiring available. In that wiring, any problem we can identify through this non-destructive testing. And the electrical panels, there are a lot of electrical panels are available. During the electrical panel production, we may utilize this non-destructive testing for evaluate the defects. After that, industrial and manufacturing engineering, we studied about what are all the processes that are available with the manufacturing industries. In manufacturing technology, one subject, and manufacturing technology, two subject. In manufacturing technology, one subject, you may discuss about metal casting process, metal welding process, metal joining process, metal forming process, plastic process. After that, metal deformation process, bulk deformation process. Likewise, we may discuss every process product undergoes with the non-destructive testing for evaluating the defects or flaws. After that, the machining process also available. In machining process, we can identify the surface roughness with the machine vision system. In that machine vision system, we won't scratch the workpiece material. From this, we can save the workpiece surface before getting that workpiece into applications. So after that, systems engineering, medicine, forensics, security, art. Likewise, we can utilize the NDT methods for evaluating the outputs. These are all the things we needed in manufacturing industries with the aid of non-destructive testing procedure. When are NDT methods used? When we use the NDT methods to assist in product development. When we develop the product, we may utilize non-destructive testing. And when we need to monitor the workpiece performance in application means we may apply in the non-destructive testing. And also, if I get the raw materials for producing the product with the secondary manufacturing process means I should ensure the product incoming is properly and not properly with the non-destructive testing. For example, if I want to produce the steam drum in boiler manufacturing means the plate as the raw material for a steam drum. The plate has 70 mm thickness. There is any inside voids, inside crack available with the material means I can examine with the ultrasonic test. Based on that test examination report only, I can go to bend the or roll the sheet metal it into drum. So the screen or short incoming materials is important in manufacturing industries, which means secondary manufacturing industry also. To monitor, improve or controlling manufacturing processes, to verify proper processing such as heat treating, to verify proper assembly. These are all achieved through NDT methods. These are all the technology we need testing procedure as like non-destructive testing for ensuring the product quality in the applications. So NDT is used at almost every stage in the production or life cycle of a component.